Thank you for joining us again. We're excited to share with you the 5-year plan of DisciplePath as we continue reaching North America and beyond through local church discipleship, training, and coaching. And that's what we're about, the Great Commission, and helping churches develop a culture of disciples who make disciples to the third, fourth, fifth, and generation and beyond. And of course, we've seen this happen overseas. 10 years ago, I had the opportunity of training in Uganda. And we just received word on this 10th anniversary that that group that I had the opportunity of training, those 22 folks, have gone on to train over 2,000 in Uganda. And Christ is multiplying this. We're excited about that. We're excited about your part in it, your prayers, and your partnership. And we appreciate it very, very much. As we met the first time, we talked about the foundation, and God has laid that over this past year. And we've had many opportunities to train trainers, to develop curriculum, and to launch centers. We talked last time about being 100% funded. We're developing monthly partnerships to meet the budget, and this will free us up toward ministry. And that's because in 2024, our focus is to go national. As we're reintroducing DisciplePath into the U.S. and North America, this is an opportunity, because this will allow our trainers, ambassadors, and coaches, our TAC team, to actually attend regional conferences and their area and get the word out in their area across the country. It will also allow us to reach national conferences. God has provided through someone the funding of several $1,000s, especially for one major conference that we're going to be a part of in 2024. And we're very, very excited about that as we continue to move toward that. And also, as you can see from our background, we are a part of the Every Ethne North American team of ABWE. Let me just share with you about that. When I was pastoring and our last church had been trained and God was doing great things through the church, one of our missionaries was Doug Martin, Sharon Martin. They were in Hungary. And ABWE realized that North America had a need for planting churches, and they asked Doug and Sharon to come back to the U.S. and come on as North American directors. So our church had supported Doug before I even got there and had supported him for almost 20 years. So he came back to his supporting churches to share with them this new opportunity that God had given them, this new door. And so he shared about what God was doing and how they were coming back to become North American director. As he closed the service, there were a line of folks that wanted to visit with him. He excused himself for a moment and he came over to me and he said, "What have you done?" I said, "What do you mean, what have I done?" He said, "I've known this church for almost 20 years and it's never been like this. They're talking about evangelism. They're talking about discipleship. They're excited. We've seen attendance go up here. What have you done?" And I said, "Well, the Lord did it. The Lord trained us in a ministry called DisciplePath. And so that's what God has done." And he immediately said, "I need your help." And so I went to my deacons. I said, "Look, Doug needs our help." And they were like, "Hey, he's our missionary. Go help him." And within 2 weeks, I'm at ABWE's international headquarters in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, networking with missionaries, pastors, and church planters from all around the world. And I've had that opportunity several times with ABWE. Every Ethne, the North American branch of ABWE, is actually doing church solution conferences around the country. And we are one of their discipleship catalysts. That's what we are with ABWE, Every Ethne, discipleship catalysts. And we're one of the discipleship catalysts that they're recommending across the nation. So please understand, the foundation has been laid. The funding we're working on, and we're again asking you to prayerfully consider being partners with us financially in this endeavor of getting the Great Commission out and the ministry going national in 2024. This, of course, is part of the vision that we're seeing God fulfill, and of course, part of the future of equipping the next generation. These two we will talk about in upcoming conferences or sessions that we will be having shortly. So as we wrap up this time together, again, I want to say thank you to those of you who are praying for us. Thank you to those of you who are partnering with us, and prayerfully consider what God will have you to do as we join together to bring the Great Commission and the ministry of DisciplePath across the nation. Thank you, and God bless.